All them tadpoles. This is just a mud puddle in the middle of a road, but it's been wet for so long. They're all over. That's pretty neat. Howdy. So, got a little bit of work done today. As you saw in the little beginning there, I got these dead trees planted into the ground and a private property no trespassing sign put up. The family who's staying out here, the oldest boy is 12, and so I decided that he needed to learn how to do some of this for when they get their own property, and I'll go into that here in a minute, give you a bidding update. So I had him come on down here, told him where I wanted the holes dug, how big I want them dug. He dug the holes. Then together we moved the first log in and put it in place, and he filled it up. And I showed him how to fill it. And then he dug the second hole, and I had him go around walking to try to find a good log, something that he thought was appropriate that would match this other one somewhat in size and would fit in the hole. And he did a good job. I helped him a little bit, but ultimately let him make the decision. Wrapped tow chain around it. Let him wrap it up and direct me to back up and hook it up, and then I towed it up here and we moved it into place, put it in, and buried it in the next one in. Let him do that, and at the end of the day, he was really proud of himself. He was really happy and excited. He got to do it. He started doing a little dance going, "I'm a man now, I'm a man now." So he was pretty happy with that. I grew up farming and ranching. I had chores and stuff like that when I was his age, and I thought it'd be good for him. Plus learning, now that his father's passed, learning how to do these things. And he did a really good job, so I'm pretty happy with it. So as far as they go, and an update with them, they have decided they're going to stay. We don't know definitively what the cause of death was, but everybody involved is pretty sure that it had something to do with a scorpion sting and his poor health and stubbornness, refusing medical treatment. It was just too much, and that's what we're pretty much thinking it is now, but we don't know for sure yet. So they've decided to stay. They've contacted the guy that they got their property from, and he's agreed to give them a refund on the money that they put down on it. So she's going to get the refund, and I've got a friend of mine that's got some property for sale a little bit closer to town and paved roads. It's still, off-grid homesteading stuff, but it's a little closer. And so we're going to go look at that, and I'm going to go look at the property with her, so that way she's, she can ask questions and we can view it and make sure that she's getting exactly what she needs. And she's not going to move on it right away when she gets it. She's going to stay here a little longer and learn more. And she's really not comfortable yet being out there by herself. So working in baby steps. With all the rain that we've been having, she's had a lot of problems with getting stuck. And so today we went down to the farmer's market, and she followed me down, and she got a little squirrely in some spots, but then coming back, she followed behind me, followed what I was doing, and she did a great job. She's definitely getting it down now on how to drive on these roads when they're bad. The farmer's market was awesome. I don't get to go on Saturdays very much. Usually Wednesdays and Saturdays are much bigger. Got more people, more vendors. And it was great. Got some pepperoni cheese bread, some homemade salsa, barbecue sauce. One of the vendors down there started making the banana chocolate chip bread just for me. Or not, she sells it to everybody else, but she made it at my behest. And got some more of that, got a big loaf of that. So I was pretty happy. I love that stuff. And it was all around a pretty good day. And came back here, did some work, got these posts in. and then got my sign put up and feeling pretty good about it. Like I said, she's planning on staying, so we'll find her some property, and the work I'm having the kids do around here is going to go a long way on them when they get their own property, being able to do it, knowing how to do it and things to do, building confidence in him, so that way he knows, he did a good job, he knows what to do, and he feels better about himself. He was really excited. He was sweating and breathing a little hard, but he was smiling and laughing and just really happy with himself and pretty excited. And I think that's good for kids. Doing chores is good for kids to begin with, but when you can do it in a way and encourage them and tell them what a good job they've done, it makes them feel confident about themselves, and it makes them want to do it because they like to get that praise. So we got that done, and I'll get a little bit closer on the posts here in a little bit. Got my first negative comment here the other day. It was pretty funny. He removed the comment, but not before I got to see it, because I get emails and I can read whatever's written, even if people remove it. So just remember that if you make something. It was funny. Obviously, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And, these internet trolls, internet tough guys, think they know everything, want to talk smack, and think they're all big and tough, while they're, sitting at home, drinking their latte in their nice, cozy little couch and air conditioning, have no idea what it's like being out here. That's okay. You're going to get that. I'm not worried about it. Just remember, nobody really cares and nobody likes you trolls. So we'll continue on in a minute. So here's the one post. This hole was an easy dig. It was mostly sand, no clay. It was a pretty easy dig. But then this one, about half of it was easy, and the rest of it was clay. And it was some work. Not for me, for the 12-year-old boy that was out here doing it, but he spent some time doing it. He got it done. Did a good job. I was really happy with it. And these posts, these logs, boy, they are heavier than what I thought they were. You think they were dead and dry and everything? That didn't matter. They were so heavy. My truck there's just no point in even cleaning my truck anymore. So the next project is getting my camper moved to a location somewhere right over there. We were going to do it today. Guy down at the farmer's market, one of my neighbors, I should say. I mean, we're probably 20 miles apart, but that's neighbors out here. He's got a vehicle that's capable of towing it, so he was going to move it for me, but he had some vehicular problems, and we got hit really hard with the rainstorm last night, so there was no way that was going to happen. Everything was too wet out here. It doesn't look too wet now as you're looking at it, but trust me, it is. And then back up there where all the weeds are and the plants and whatnot, it's much wetter up there. And we're expecting another storm tonight. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get out tomorrow if the storm that hits us that they're talking about is coming. We'll see. It's starting to look a little dark now. Not sure. Then I got this big old juniper right here. I love this tree. It's huge. See down in there? Wish I had more like it. And there's a pinion pinyon pine right on the other side over there too. You can't see it from here. The pinyons out here are they're kind of hard to find because they hide and blend with these junipers so well, and they always seem to be behind the juniper no matter what. So I thought I'd also give a little update on myself. I don't know so much an update as just I guess more information. So I originally came from a little town in Texas. I left when I was 18. I've been all over the country, 49 states. I've lived in 10 different states. Been in the military. Done a lot of traveling, as I said. But I originally came to Arizona over 20 years ago. And I fell in love. It just won me over, and I've been here since. I've left a few times during the recession. Mostly I had to leave, lost my house, lost my car, lost everything. The recession was pretty bad, and I had to leave. I didn't like it. I hated it being gone from here, but I had to do what I had to do until I finally got the opportunity to get back down here again. And I absolutely love it. I loved being back. I was so excited when I came back. Didn't have my YouTube channel at that point, but I did have I took pictures, and as soon as I hit Arizona, came across the state line, I stopped and got pictures. I'm back home again, and it's always real exciting. Every time that I leave and I wander someplace, I come back home, I always get real excited. No matter where I go, I complain about wherever I'm at and compare it to Arizona. You really can't, in my opinion, you just can't beat Arizona. However, it goes back to what I was saying in the last video, that you really need to know what you're doing if you're going to come down here and try to homestead. This isn't like you watch these homestead videos from all these folks up north in Idaho and Washington and in these places, and it's just not the same. You're not going to come down here and just have this big huge farm and raise all these crops and animals, and it's just not the same. It doesn't work the same. The soil's different, the climate's different. I mean, sitting right here where we're at right now on my property, this is 6,500 foot elevation right here where I'm standing. So certain things don't grow the same up here or at all. Cooking up here is not the same. You've got less oxygen. It's higher up. Takes a little bit more to cook. Takes a little bit longer to cook. It's just the way it is. So if you come out here, those are some other obstacles. Plus the weather. It's 12 miles just to get to paved road from where my property is at. It's 12 miles of dirt. And yeah, most of it is all improved roads, but that just means that it's not 2 tracks. It's graded. But when it rains, and it rains heavy out here, the monsoon season, it floods. You have flash floods. The water runs down. It brings the sand from the surrounding area down into the road. So it washes out some of the road. It covers some of the road with sand. It runs down the side of the road and digs it out. And then you end up having a very rough road. Plus, you've got the puddles that form, the little lakes. And as my friend that the families down here found out, you don't go slow when you see them puddles. If you have to go all the way through them, there's no way around them. You don't go slow. If you slow down, you're going to sink. You come up to them puddles and you just give it some gas and keep the gas on it until you get through it. Let your momentum take you through it, get through it, and go. Going slow, slow is bad. Slow is bad out here because you will sink as soon as you start going slow. Then it bogs you down some. You just start to sink. So don't do it if you ever come out here. Well, that's just another one of the obstacles. It takes me, right now, because the roads are so bad, I can't go very fast on the dirt roads, even without the rain and the puddles. just because the road's gotten so washed out from this monsoon season. It takes me about 45 minutes, 45, 50 minutes to get to town from my place. So, and I've got to work a regular job right now until I can figure out how to make my own money and live out here full time. So I got to do that going to work and coming home from work. And there's not a lot of jobs out here in this area. I mean, any place where you're going to homestead, there's just little small communities and towns. There's not a lot of jobs. So you got to figure out your income. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out a way of getting my own thing going out here. I've had, so far, everybody I've talked to told me that I should start a mobile welding business, because there's no mobile welding business for 60, 70 miles for coming out here. And of course, they want to get paid for the drive and finding a place. So you're already racking up $150 tab right from the get-go before any work is done, if not more, because of fuel. And so I spent most of my career as a welder, which has a lot to do with all the traveling that I've done. Welders are typically known as vagabonds, roaming around and whatnot. So I've done a lot of traveling welding, and I've done it for quite a few years. So if I can get the money up and get the equipment, I'm going to try that out. I think that'll be a pretty good thing, and I'm pretty good at doing it. So I don't necessarily like to do it anymore, but if I'm doing it for myself, and I'm able to find a way to make a living on my own, to stay on my property and not have to go to a job place and work for a corporation every day, then I think that's a good thing. I prefer to be self-sufficient and do my own thing. Between that and, if I can get the YouTube going, get you making money from it, and make money from doing some pictures and photography and whatnot, just other little odds and ends, then I'll be good. I'd also like to start roasting coffee. I've mentioned this before, but that all comes back to the whole money thing, having the money to get started. And until, which they say it's coming, they say that the lumber prices are going to start dropping soon, but until they do, I can't really do much. I can't build. I can't afford it. I don't have a lot of money. I'm almost living paycheck to paycheck right now. Fortunately, I've got a little bit to where it's not quite that bad, but I'm not too far from being paycheck to paycheck again. So until lumber prices drop, there's not a whole lot I can do out here. I need them to drop, and then I can start building, doing things, getting stuff done. Hopefully they drop really soon, because the weather is going to start cooling down. The rains are going to stop. It's going to be pretty nice. I really like to be able to get some stuff done. It'd be totally awesome to be able to get into my camper before winter really sets in. But I think that's likely just me dreaming. We'll see. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for an update. If there's anything anybody wants to know that I didn't talk about, about myself or the family that's out here, feel free to leave it in questions, and I can look at doing something about it on the next video. There is a GoFundMe that the family has put up now for themselves, and I'm going to post the link. And again, I'll post my P.O. box down here also in the comments or the information section. So again, if anybody wants to send anything, you've got the address, and the GoFundMe I put down there. So if anybody wants to help her out, help the kids out, you can do it that way, GoFundMe, or you can send stuff directly. She's trying to get them to school right now, so hopefully that'll work out and the kids will start going to school. Get them out of her hair too, so she can have some peace and quiet 5 kids is definitely a handful. Fortunately, I mean, their pops died, but at least for now, I can be around and still give them a positive male role model influence. And they do listen to me, so that's good. They're typical kids. They don't want to listen to the mother. Shouldn't say typical. I listen to my mom, but my mom would have put a whooping on me pretty hard, and I didn't want that. Where she threatened to tell Dad, and God, you didn't want that. That was even worse. So anyhow, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you're interested in hearing more, learn more, follow me on the journey, even though things are really slow right now. Please like, subscribe, share my channel, spread the love. Help me get up to my 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views, so that way I can monetize it. And remember, I'm still got the contest going. If you look at my videos, I've got the contest going. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, all the subscribers that comment on that specific video where I talk about it will be in the drawing to win $100. So that's if I once I hit 1,000 subscribers, once I can monetize it, we'll do that, and I'll choose a winner for $100. Anyhow, thank you. Appreciate it. You take care. Be safe. And if you come to Arizona, watch out. Bye, guys.